So here's a quick video about a couple of churches that were actually taken over by Jews. And so they were Messianic Jews who entered Presbyterian churches. And Messianic Judaism is a religious sect that combines Christian and Jewish theology, right? Because they're not the same. So, and it says that Messianic Judaism considers itself to be a form of Judaism, but then others consider it a form of Christianity. But if Judaism is part of it, then it's definitely Judaism. Has obviously has nothing to do with real Christianity. Um, Over on the right there, it says it emerged in the 60s or 70s, and it was a Jew, of course, that made it, Martin Moish Rosen, and who in 1972 said, "Don't call us converted Jews. We are not something other than Jewish, right?" So the Messianic Jews is Judaism. It's just hijacking retarded Christians that don't know any better into believing just more Judaized ideology, even more so than the already uh, Judaized Christian churches, unfortunately. So, um, anyway, on the top there, it says that there's a phenomenon of Messianic Jews attending Presbyterian churches. Um, and that plays into what I'm going to read here. So, here's a real world example of how the Jews infiltrate and subvert our churches and pervert Christian doctrine. And this could also be an example of what they do in communities and society at large. So these are two separate stories from two people, but the same exact thing happened. So they both attended Presbyterian churches in the same county, but different churches in different cities. This happened the first time in 2012 to 13 for church number one, and then from 2021 to 23 for church number two. They told me that one day a large group of Messianic Jews went to their church, and of course, the brainwashed congregation of the church welcomed them. Then, over time, more and more Messianic Jews joined until the point where the Messianic Jews outnumbered the original white Christian Presbyterian congregation. Then they somehow pushed the pastor out, and a female member of the Messianic Jews became the head of each congregation. Then she brought in a copy of a supposed original, or at least this is at one church, I'm not sure about the other one, supposed original 1600s Talmud to teach alongside the Bible. That is insane and satanic. Many members of the original Christian congregations left, and now this parasitic group of Messianic Jews basically runs control of the original Presbyterian churches. So now remember, this is two different churches, two stories from two different people, from two different time periods, and neither one of them had any idea about the other. So this is very interesting. um, and this shows that the Jews, most of them, even average ones that people think are not part of the larger worldwide conspiracy, are doing their job in subverting and perverting our churches, communities, culture, morals, race, way of thinking, economy, etc. ad infinitum. I live in an area where there is not even a visible synagogue. Their presence is mostly unseen, supposedly very few in number, which is a lie, yet they are everywhere, quietly subverting our area like they do literally everywhere in the world. Which leads me to what I have been repeating for a while now in my videos. There are literally legions of them in this world, like hundreds of millions, not 15 million like they said. Every nation, state, county, city, town, village is littered with them. Everywhere you go, they're worming their way into government at every level, everywhere, all over, dominating business, banking, etc., buying up properties everywhere. They push the 15 million lie because it makes people think they are few and therefore weak in numbers. The opposite is actually true. They have the numbers, which makes them that much more dangerous when the time comes when they openly take off the mask. So, anyway, continuing with the Presbyterian Jewish link, from the Digital Jew up on top there, it says in 2003, the Presbyterian Church supported the establishment of a Messianic style congregation, right? A Messianic Jewish congregation. So that's where I guess it really started, where I guess where they openly infiltrated the church, or yeah, I guess where they were accepted. I mean, they've been infiltrating the Christian churches for centuries, so it's not new. But this way that they're doing it, I guess, is new, using the Messianic Jewish sect. And then there, after that's an article from 2004, and I guess for some reason, some Jews and Christians argued about what was happening. So then the Presbyterians tried to, apologize. Wow, who knows? I think this article is probably nonsense, actually, because the Jews want to enter the churches and subvert the churches. And now, note, this is also slightly different than what happened in my area, which didn't make any news. There's no news, no nothing about it. You won't find it anywhere, I don't believe. It's just what happened where local people knew and saw and experienced what happened, where these Jews literally took over Presbyterian churches. They didn't change the name or anything, but if you go to these churches now, you're going to be taught even more Judaized doctrine than normal. So very evil. Um, and then this, just finishing off here, because I thought this was interesting. A different friend once told me that they were talking to a Jew and told the Jew, thank God for X, whatever it was. And the Jew responded and said, don't thank God, thank yourself. You are a God. That's crazy. And no, this Jew was a rabbi or somehow related to a rabbi. So you would think that if rabbis believed in Yahweh and God and whatnot, that's what they taught from the Bible, that they would be okay with somebody saying thank God. And they wouldn't obviously ever claim that a human is a God. So it shows, it proves that they don't believe in God or Yahweh or Christ. They don't teach the Bible. They don't believe in the Bible. They reject God, Yahweh, Christ. Um, yeah. I mean, it has nothing to do with what people think. So Judaism is satanic, and their Talmud is satanic. That's the book that they actually teach from. So, and the worship of humans, as the Jews do, right? Because the Jews think that they're their own Messiah or something like that, or that one of them is going to come. This, I guess, is considered a form of humanism or human deification. And two other words that I saw that were kind of related to Messianic Judaism, or what this statement stated here was the above, right? That you are God, is Messianic Satanism. And it says Messianic Satanism is the type of spiritual Satanism that worships the human being as an incarnation of Satan. So is that what the Jew was mentioning up above on top there? Right? Because they reject God. Satan is their not only who they believe in, but their father. So yeah, so is that what they actually believe? It's similar to in the garden, right? In the Bible, when he tells Satan tells Eve that she will be I think what, as a god or like a god, not that she will be God, but as a god. So it's just more Jewish subversion. And then under that, spiritual Satanism. It's a type of Satanism that believes that there is a real being they call Satan who really created the universe, but that's not true. He didn't create the universe. He was created by God. Everything, nothing is independent of God. And the Christian God is an imposter, that Satan is all good and that all sensual pleasures are good, right? And then you go back to the Garden of Eden when he deceives Eve. Satan deceives Eve. So, yeah, and obviously it's convenient. Wouldn't Satan want people to believe that God is Satan or Satan is God? So I don't know. I mean, it's just lies and confusion everywhere by Satan and the Jews. It's unbelievable. Anyway, that's all I had there.